Okay guys, we're going to take a look at the model of the human eyeball here. And you know, the eyes are pretty complex. People go to school for many years to learn how to deal with eyes, so this is going to be kind of a brief overview. But eyes are kind of like onions. They're composed of many layers. So whereas in the ear we sort of move from outside to inside, with the eye, when we move from outside to inside, we're moving from superficial to deep at the same time. So let's take a look at this in layers. So the outer layer or outer tunic of this eye is composed of the clear part in the front, which is called the cornea. That's clear because we need light to enter so we can see. The white part is referred to as the sclera. You can see the attachment sites for the different extraocular muscles. We have the four rectus muscles, the superior and the inferior, and we've got a lateral and medial on either side, and which one is lateral and which one is medial is going to depend on whether this is the right or the left eye, because the medial muscle is always going to be closer to the nose. So if we assume for the sake of argument the nose is over here, then this would be our medial rectus muscle and this would be our lateral rectus muscle. The obliques attach as well, and we have an oblique muscle in white coming on this side. Not sure why they made that one white, but we have an oblique muscle in pink coming off on the bottom. If I look at the back surface of this eye, you can see the optic nerve, cranial nerve number 2, coming out of the back of the eyeball on its way into the brain. So if I go ahead and I pop the top on this eye, I said if I go ahead and you know, it's funny, these things usually fall apart. I can't get it to come apart this time. Hang on a sec. There we go. Usually they fall apart. All right, so now I've popped the top on this eye, and you can see the middle layer. And you can see it's composed of a space called the pupil, where light enters into the eye, this beautiful colored area around it called the iris, and then this beautiful dark area on the back called the choroid. The choroid allows blood vessels to pass into and around the eye, and it's dark colored because it contains a lot of melanin, dark pigment, to go ahead and prevent light from ricocheting all around the insides of the eye. So now if I pop the middle layer of this eye and we look at the inner layer, we're going to see that we've got the lens here. The lens is going to focus light. I've got something called the ciliary body, which is going to go ahead and help focus the lens. And then I've got something called the vitreous, basically a jelly-like substance which is going to help give the eyeball its shape. So if I go ahead and remove that vitreous so that we can look on the inside of the eye, you can see the retina, which is the innermost layer of the eye, and this is where all the cells that control vision are located. Okay? The rods and the cones, things that let us see light, things that let us see color. If I go ahead and I take the other section of the eye and I rotate it around for you, you can go ahead and see where the optic nerve attaches right here. And on the other side of the eye, you can see the optic nerve attaching right here. Where that optic nerve attaches, we call it the optic disc. It's also referred to as the blind spot because we have no vision cells there, therefore we have no vision. They don't have it marked on this model, but there's an area which is referred to as the macula, and inside the macula is the foveae. Those are the areas where we have the most vision cells, the most rods, so we have the best vision there. And everything in our eye is set up to focus light on the foveae and the macula because that's where our vision is best. And there you have a very basic overview of the human eye.